All right, folks. So, welcome back to D&D. Mandy, thank you so much for another year, hopefully a whole year of D&D. And we're going to start off with our very first session of the year, which is our first session also of Rise of the Drow. This is a campaign made by AAW Games, so if you want to look it up, not my players, you're not allowed to. If you do,
Oh, I mean, okay.
um, but
Damn,
everybody
I
else, I
mean,
totally recommend it. It's a great book so far.
quickly cuts away.
Um, Knocked my headset off. Wonderful start. Okay, so we left off at the end of the last one shot. Um, Sav, you were breaking camp at the Necromancer's Tower after he was defeated. And upon hearing the success of your party at a local hamlet just outside of a couple days voyage on a ship um, from where you're at, you decide you want to meet up with them and making mistakes already. Um, so upon breaking camp, word comes. It's all the buzz. Like you hear, like they went off. They found this cultist and they helped this alchemist, and they're bound for great things. And you being a soldier of fortune at the moment, at least, pack up your things and quietly head off to the next boat to the mainland. It's gonna take you about 4 days to traverse from the Necromancer's Tower and to meet up with the group at the Alchemist's cottage, which looks like that.
Oh, so cute. So cute.
Um,
Aw, cute. Very homey.
the rest of you, after the aftermath, you take your time, as we said at the end of session, to say your respects for Juan Gabriel, and his um, remains are interred in the forest just outside of Silver Coast, the town you guys were helping out in. The next few days are kind of a malaise of sadness and remembrance of the battle. Aurelia, you especially are playing the moments, the last few turns where he went down and got eaten in your head, uh, pretty religiously. Finally, after 2 days of the sadness kind of taking over the party, the alchemist walks up to you and Aurelia and sees that you're holding the book of Potion Making 101, the idiot's guide to potion making, basically, and puts his hand on it and looks at you and says to you, well, you can mourn the loss and let it eat you forever, or we can learn ways to mitigate these things. As an alchemist, it is my job to find ways to make potions that will prevent these such things from happening. And I feel that anything, even crushing and chopping herbs and minerals to make potions, would be a better use of your time than staring off into nothing, mourning a man who has moved on. So he takes you under his wing and brings you into his lab. He spends the next 2 or 3 days teaching you the rudimentary actions of how to make a potion, how to get the components and chop them into just the right pieces, and how to mill the minerals into just the right consistency, how when you put them all into a flask, how to boil the flask to just the right length, to just the right temperature, to turn the components inside, the reagents, into a workable potion. And in this time, you learn how to create a potion of healing, or a potion, an elixir of health, or a potion of what's the other one? Potion of poison resistance. Now, you're still new, and the reagents are so similar that it's kind of a toss up to which one you're going to get every day. As time goes on, you'll get better and better at it. But for now, we'll see what we get. And so this table here that I put in the chat, drag it into your hotbar at the bottom, and that is your roll to make a potion every day. One of a kind of potion. You can either the alchemist, as he's teaching you, informs you on ways that he goes about selling his potions for money, or distributing them to the needy, or how to combine them in the future to make better potions. But that part goes right over your head. Mixing potions together to make a better potion, it's a little past where you're at. We're at the kindergarten of potion making right now. Unbeknownst to you and the alchemist,
Oh,
there's a high elf that is slinking in the shadows to the best of her ability. And using a mixture of her hearing, which she has great perception, and whatever glances that she can steal from the preparation table, she also learns how to make potions. Kind of.
Kind of.
Shell, this is the potion that you can make once a day. Drag that into your hotbar.
Kinda.
There is no roll. You can just add one to your inventory every day. Now,
What is
this
this?
potion, after she gets the recipe, she goes off into her little corner of the cottage and experiments. But it's not pretty enough. It's just a red, mundane piece
Sorry.
of, no, you're fine, a regularly mundane potion. Red, not sparkly. And she adds a little bit of glitter to it. And a
was a
drop
whoops.
of her most favorite perfume.
Oh, God.
Unbeknownst to her, it does drop the healing down to 1 HP.
Oh.
But one day
And I
after
love it.
drinking a little too much, she imbibes one of her potions, and she feels a little bit better. Like the nausea is okay.
Anti-nausea.
So she has a potion of 1 HP healing?
Yes.
Oh
she
my
does.
gosh.
Because she was so curious. She's never seen alchemy ever in the castle that she grew up in.
I love it.
And she wants to know things, and she feels like, Belle, you feel like this knowledge would be helpful to a ruler of a kingdom, because now I can teach my subjects how to keep themselves healthy and safe. You write down the exact to the gram of how much glitter you put into these potions, and it's a single drop, and you're so careful about dropping one drop of your perfume, and you really enjoy the new smell it has. It smells beautiful. Zaragak spends the days questing in the forest nearby for some direction on what to do next. He spends the other times hunting, bringing back food for the party, and surprisingly enough, it's all meat. The meat's all boneless because he takes the time to harvest the bones, and the nights he spends by the fire drying them and carving runes. Strange runes in languages you don't understand. He never talks about them, and if asked, he just puts them away and resumes a different mundane task like sharpening his rooster cleaver. The others of you have a different activity during this time. You are Meredy and Dana, you are researching maps of the local area, trying to find a place to go to right the wrongs, to maybe make some money, to find treasure, to get a magical item. Whatever your goals are, you are researching through every book that the alchemist has. Throughout the days, an elf visits the alchemist here and there, and it starts off with a polite conversation of trading for pelts of deer, for a potion
Hi,
of healing
Grim.
here and there, or
Happy
a potion
Sunday.
of flight, or a
21
potion
months.
of invulnerability.
Holy crap. Thank you.
One day, you've come back from your shopping trip where you've purchased various items and you're doling them out on the table. This is just after Sav or Dana arrives, and the meetup is progressing, and you guys decide this is great. Let's go have a bite to eat in town. Let's go have a flagon of ale. We should pick up some supplies.
Drink.
Sav, you are enamored by the hominess of this small hamlet. This is very different than the city of Menzoberranzan where you grew up in the Underdark. This is very different than the Necromancer's Tower. This place looks like it's full of life and
Grim is
safe.
cozy. That is awesome.
And there's love and compassion in the townsfolk. And in all generality, you're a little sickened by it, but you accept it. Coming back to the alchemist's cottage after you go shopping, you lay out your purchases and you exchange knowledge one by one. As I got this, and look what I got, and da 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 da. Until finally, all of you roll me a perception check.
First roll.
My first roll. Where are my rolls?
Right.
How to roll. Aurelia's gonna do great. She picked mint. That's the best color. It is. It's the thing. Oh, I have to set my dice for this.
So you all, after going through your new purchases, notice there's a wood elf sitting by the fire, smoking a very long stemmed pipe, conversing with the alchemist about the various goings on of the forest and
all the sweaters,
the different migratory patterns of the deer and how they change year by year. And he looks like this. He
Okay.
Hi, Daddy. No.
Olivia saw Shelby and I's faces. We both went.
as you
I'm
say,
respectfully observing.
as you say, "Hi, Daddy," he responds back, "I have no offspring." He introduces himself as Kazris, Sylvan elf of the local wilderness, a loner. But over the next 2 days, so now we're at day 6, the next 2 days, he spends time talking with each of you and learning better social graces. As being a hermit, he's not really too fond of chit-chat. But he's exceptionally interested in learning how to integrate better into society, and becomes very friendly. One day, the party is walking through the forest looking for herbs for Aurelia's newfound skill in potion making, when 3 bugbear pop out of the trees and attack. Sorely outclassed, you're relieved when you see a green form with brown hair jump out of the tops of the trees, in mid-jump, shooting an arrow and slaying one of the bugbear by putting a did I say bugbear or owlbear originally?
Bugbear.
Okay, that is correct. I thought I said owlbear. Putting one arrow in the back of the neck of one bugbear and taking his short sword and jamming it into the sternum of another one. The third lunges at him, goes to stab him. He grabs his sword hand, flips it around, and jams the sword into his stomach, ending the threat immediately. And as he turns and looks at the 4 of you, he whispers, "I got this. Run."
Yes, sir.
It's late evening, and you're thinking of Aurelia, you're going through the herbs that you've gotten and preparing them. The rest of you are kind of thinking about the encounter when a very tired and bloodied Kazriz walks through the door, holding the heads, or the scalps rather, of 13 bugbear. Chucks them on the counter and sits down. "They won't be bothering you anymore, at least not while I'm here. Looks like you need some looking after."
Well, we appreciate that. Do you need anything right now? Do you healing or are you okay?
Oh, they never touched me. Could use a cup of tea and some bread, though.
Okay. And I run
That's
off
not
and
my department.
I run off and make him a nice cup of tea that'll help him feel better and get him some food and set
Hey,
it in front
Mac,
of
how
him.
you doing?
There.
Walks
That's
in, I'm sitting
for
there.
taking care of us.
Welcome and happy
I'm sitting
Sunday.
there, like, whittling, working on arrows.
Mhm.
As he walks in, and I quietly observe. Don't say anything. Just watching.
Big Daddy K is here.
seeing
What's
how
up, Big
happening.
K? How are you doing?
Aurelia, as you hand him his cup of tea, he kind of like leans up and he sees your
Nice to put a
medallion
face
of
to the name.
Pelor around your
Well,
neck.
thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so
What is this?
I'm the one in the bottom. So
What
Oh,
is
this
this
is,
trinket?
we also have
Oh,
Get
this
Off
is,
McCloud, who's
my,
our DM today.
my
We have
amulet
Dos
for my
Peaches,
god, Pelor, that I
Shelby,
say. He's
Sav,
from-
and Lex,
It's a
who
very
also
good
plays with
deity.
us. She's 60
Roll me a
slot.
religion check.
Da, 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 da. There it is. Oh, no.
Oh, nice roll.
Oh,
Nice.
That's not bad at all. I don't want to get
he's
up.
intrigued.
Yeah, you
And he
and
spends
did you
the
see the
next
cat?
30 minutes while he sips his tea and nibbles on his
He's-
bread,
he's
asking you questions
just-
about your faith, where you learned it,
Gotta-
and what it means to you.
I guess you're the one with
Asks you about the
Mandy
teachings
next
of
to you.
Pelor, which, through years of
You're a thinker,
being an acolyte,
obviously. You
you
put,
have
you
learned
did the
like back
math,
of your hand.
and
What's that?
I forget
No,
that sometimes,
like the back of your hand.
especially when
and
there's all kinds of people talking
Finishing
at the
his tea,
same
he
time.
puts his cup down and says to you, "Your wisdom astounds me. That
Lost
you would learn
connection?
so much about a being you've never seen,
No lost connections.
but that you trust. I feel that there's probably not
Hey,
a better
Sawdust,
follower
seen you lurk in my
out
stream
there than
before?
you.
Yes.
And I'm grateful to have shared this conversation. Thank you so much for showing me that there are other things than what I can see and what I can feel and touch that I can believe in."
Of course, yeah, it's something that I was raised in, so I'm very, very thankful for what I've learned, and he's helped me in more ways than I can know. And just because I haven't seen him doesn't mean that he just isn't constantly there, because I've asked for help and he's given it. He's truly shown that he will be there for me, and I'm glad that I got to share that with you.
Hi, Big K. How you been? How
You
was
have
your
no
New
idea
Year's?
how much I hope that that statement is never wrong.
Hopefully
A
it
good
was
friend,
good.
especially one that we put our faith in, is the most important item we can have in this world. And as he says that, there's a sound of very slight sound of wings as Belle, your owl, the family owl,
I've been good. Enjoyed the days off work. Oh,
lands on
yeah.
his shoulder.
So, are you back at work already, or are you
hoots
still
into his
at
ears,
home?
and you're surprised to hear this deep-voiced man, his visage hardened by years of being alone and having to fend for himself. His face softens, and he hoots back to the owl. And they converse, and he looks at you and he says, "This being, this creature,
Yeah, back at work,
also not
sort of. It's
it
very
is
quiet.
real." Yes.
Sometimes it's not the worst, though.
I'm sorry, it was a little muffled. What did you say?
Oh, this being is not real, but it is real. Yes.
Yeah, he is, my father's familiar, and he's coming to check in on me here and there.
That is not what he said. He
Oh.
said he is the family's familiar. He's been watching for generations. And for us elves, that is a very long time.
True.
What do you know about owls?
He flies, and he's pretty.
He flies.
Roll
I see
me an
you
animal
got many.
handling check.
Look. Oh, wait, let me see if I can scoot back and not ruin anything. Do you see the lounge
Yeah,
cat?
that's what I know about owls.
He's just like,
Oh my god, I just saw the cat. God damn it, Mandy, you're gonna kill me. He looks so cute.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, look at
His
that.
best life.
Maybe I do know things.
And as you start saying
They've
they
been
fly,
having good rolls.
he says, yes, but they're so silent. Do you know why that happens? And well, it's because his feathers are striated and they're not solid at the end. They're splayed out, which helps disperse the air. And you go into this description of things of knowledge of the owl that you have never really like known, but in watching him over years, you've kind of like, oh yeah, of course that's why he does that. As the fire dies, you guys are still speaking of how owls are the symbols of wisdom and tenacity
Zasta,
and stealth.
thank you for the drink. It's not water right now.
But
it's Red Bull because
finally,
it's too fucking early.
with just embers in the campfire, he looks around and
But thank
everybody
you.
else has gone to bed, and
For
you and
spending your
Aurelia are kind of
carrots.
like nodding off a little bit, and he says his good nights and heads out into the wilderness to sleep. The owl flies back to you as he walks out the door. And he kind of like nuzzles into your shoulder, and the warmth in your neck finally makes you fall asleep. The next day, the 7th day,
Hey, Mandy, it's okay.
Mary,
Hope you're
you
doing
are
well. I'm
outside
alert.
fighting.
Thank
with
you
your
so much
glaive,
for the lurk. I appreciate it. Truly, I do.
practicing on your new skills, and you learn how to use the momentum of the glaive to funnel it into using it to make an extra attack. So now you have 2 attacks.
Oh,
two
that's
two
not bad.
actions on 2 attack actions on your action. As you would get at level 5. And you're struggling to get that to land that second attack. Roll me a perception check, Murdy.
Okay.
As you miss the hay bale that's right in front of you with the second attack,
Oh.
you kind of look past it in frustration, and you see Khazriz crouched on a bough of a tree nearby, smirking. He hops down, he walks over, pulling out 2 scimitars. He goes, maybe you just need a live target. We can get that attack working.
Uh-oh.
And without any warning, he gets into an on guard stance and moves in to attack you. Always pulling his punches, never hitting you harder than the flat of a blade across your cheek or on the top of your head to show you got hit. But finally, after 3 hours of sparring, you feel that you are proficient with the second attack. He's not hitting you as often anymore. He's not able to deflect your blows so easily. And he is laughing now as your
So bad.
skill is growing until you slip and your glaive cuts
I have to send it to my mom.
his chest deep. It's bad. The bleeding is everywhere. You have seconds to stop the bleeding. You scream. Aurelia, roll me a perception check. Meredy, roll me a medicine check.
They're gonna kill him.
Aurelia, we gotta save Daddy.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I have a plus.
Aurelia, you barely hear the scream.
And I run.
Meredy,
I have a cold. I'm just kidding.
you rip, like you take his cloak and you push it into the wound to staunch the bleeding, and it holds him and buys him another couple minutes while Aurelia comes by and heals him. The wound stitches shut, and the pained look on his face fades. And he says, "Thank you. Well, sparring has always never been my strong suit, but looks like we got you situated."
Apparently not my. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
The idea
try not to
with
kill.
the idea with your weapon is to do exactly this, not to smack people and teach them that they need to bolster their defenses. No harm, no foul. And to you, follow of Pelor. Thank you. I would have surely been a goner.
Of course, yeah, no, as soon as I heard the screaming, I just instantly was like, something is definitely wrong, and I ran. I'm
Fair
glad I
enough.
got here in time.
As you help him to his feet, the alchemist is gone for the day. He's procuring whatever secret reagents he needs for his concoctions. An imp poofs into the clearing outside of the cottage.
Oh my
where
fucking
you,
god. Yes. D&D
Aurelia,
time. Talent. How do?
Cosris, and Meredy can see it.
How is
And
New
he's holding
Vegas
a scroll in his
going?
hand.
Is
He
it going well
goes,
still?
Looking for fire, dumpster fire. Looking for dumpster fire. Are you dumpster fire?
That's us.
Yeah, that is us.
You are neither a dumpster nor fire. This is confusing.
Oh, just wait till you see us interact. It's fine.
Okay.
Do good.
I have a job.
We kind of finished up
my job
soon?
is to find
Awesome.
dumpster fire and give this. And he hands out the scroll. And then he hands
I'll
it to
take
you.
it.
Dana, roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
As you unroll the scroll, Cosris grabs a rock from the ground and just chucked it to the side, hitting Dana, who's hiding behind the cottage, looking to see what's going on, right smack in the forehead.
Oh.
Oh,
The fuck?
I didn't know it was a friend. What are you skulking around in the darkness for?
I'm like,
I'm just.
What do you-
I'm just observing.
Maybe I need to turn her up a
Really?
little bit.
guys, leave her alone.
I didn't know. I thought we were being snuck up on. I just had a feeling.
No,
I'm so
just
sorry.
Leave her be.
It's fine. I'm not
mhm.
one that is usually out in the open immediately for everyone to see. But I'm
Well, you're
here.
really very good. Roll me an insight check, Sav. You can tell he's trying to be nice. But he means no rebuke by saying you're very good. He's not teasing you. He's just... He likes the spirit of it.
I mean no harm. I'm just observing.
What's it say? What's the scroll say?
Hail, adventurer. I've heard word of your efforts fighting a dark wizard of death and the tribunal in the wretched caverns. I'll be quick, for time is in short supply. There is a need here in Ribalka for brave adventurers to aid our innocent townsfolk. You will find me in Ribalka by the winter solstice. Just follow the portal. The journey is long, so do not tarry. I have enclosed a map and 500 gold for supplies. The map should lead you from Mokba, the capital city of the Klavan Empire, down to Ribalka. Travel to the capital city. Get whatever supplies you need in as much hurry as you can, and be in Ribalka by the winter solstice. Time is of the essence. Safe travels. Signed, Maya of Embla. You look after relaying this to the party. You look down, and the imp is kind of jumping from one foot to the other, kind of doing like the pee-pee dance. And he's well. Are you gonna help? Are you gonna help?
I mean, I don't think we have anything else to do. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I mean, we're just sat here. And I mean, if I can accidentally, cut someone, I think I can cut someone on purpose now.
That's fair.
I've been a little bored lately. I
Go
could
find
be
something.
convinced.
Yeah, I mean, this probably lead to a big adventure.
Cosris pipes up. This does sound like a great adventure. May I come?
You want to?
Absolutely. What do you?
Oh.
I mean, let me not speak for the whole group. Are we okay with
He looks to each of you for your agreement. Or
As
your...
long as you don't throw
is your-
any other rocks at my forehead, I think we'll be fine.
He puts his fist to his chest and bows. I humbly apologize. It will never happen again.
I'm not in this conversation, right?
You're not in this conversation, but I feel that Aurelia might take a second to kind of like find you out and bring you outside, because this is a decision that has to be made by everybody.
I like, excuse me one moment. We're missing one. Let me just, and I run inside.
And the imp goes, one, you're missing two. Where's the big
the
green
other
guy?
one's off-
He's
the other one's
hunting.
off on a little bit of a side quest. He's getting a fancy artwork done.
There's always loose ends. Okay, so I can, if you accept, I can send the 4 of you, well, the 5 of you, and I'll find him and I'll send him along as well.
I think that's a good plan. Yeah, let's see if Belle wants to.
And I come back out with Bill.
I think this sounds fun. Frankly, I want something to do.
That's kind of what we're all thinking. Like, we don't have anything else to do right now. Might as well.
I have to
well go.
find more things and learn more things. So let's do it.
Absolutely.
Many things you will learn, many things. And then, as you all agree, he jumps in the air and spins, and his spiked tail kind of flies around behind him, and there's red sparkles that just go in
Sparkle Tail. So cute.
a ring around him. And he's smiling. This is a denizen of hell, and he's really stoked.
There's glitter!
He's so
Do you like
cute.
glitter? I like
Love
glitter.
I love glitter.
Let me see your hand.
Okay.
He takes the end of his tail and he shakes it over your hand,
Okay, dude.
and glitter just
you have to get
rains
down
into
now.
your hand.
Go ahead, bud.
Good amount. Enough for a couple potions, probably.
Oh my goodness. I pocket this and put it in my little component pouch.
Can
So I'd
she
like it to
use
be-
pocket? You know, like there's pocket sand. Pocket
I was
sand.
just-
Now she's got
Pocket
pocket
sand.
glitter. And then, poof, and she glitter bombs people.
You know what?
You better not glitter bomb me. No
I split it.
consequences.
I split it into 2 little piles. One goes straight into the pocket, so that way I can throw glitter at anybody I please. And the other half goes into my bag, so I can make more kind of healing potions later.
Mandy, what do you think the effect of
I'm
pocket
healing.
glitter should be?
I would say that they the effect of pocket glitter. I'd say
I feel like
the
it should blind them.
no,
Yeah,
no,
well-
pocket glitter's not blinding. It's that you can't not see them. So you should probably get advantage on hitting them because they're so blinding to see.
That's fair.
It's
So
right in your eyeballs.
So I would
No.
advise also, if I was to be able to this variation of pocket sand, that also means if you were to pocket glitter something that couldn't be seen, it can't be invisible because the glitter.
I love that.
glitter
That's-
sticks on everything.
That's
Yeah.
why we all love it.
It's
so
it's
much.
Except for
it's
me.
the stripper attack, you know. It's just flam, and it'll never go away.
Belle.
This is my favorite thing ever.
You gotta do a little booty shake when you do it then, if it's the stripper attack.
roll me 2d6.
Somehow spells of strawberries. I don't know why.
Oh my god.
You have to get a name like sapphire or amethyst.
Oh. So you have 9 charges of pocket glitter that you can use.
Let's go.
That's so
Mhm.
good.
Hell yeah.
So yes, it works exactly as Mandy said. You can either throw it at somebody's face, giving you advantage, and this would be a free action because you just
Can we just take the minute to recognize if somebody was to play their cards correctly, you could stripper glitter the BBEG, which I think just sounds amazing.
mhm.
What is the
It's
range on pocket glitter, by the way?
it's going to be like 10 feet.
Okay. It's
New
a
side
close personal
quest.
thing. So
One
New
second,
side quest.
We just gotta
range
collect glitter for her now.
is
the hell did I
10
come into?
feet.
Well, you know,
This is D&D. We come
Mhm.
up
all
with
glitter
random
is
shit
most of the time
as we
is
go.
just glass
you know, like,
broken down
The
into very,
joke
very,
of the
very,
pocket
very,
sand
very tiny
attack, like I
pieces.
throw a pocket full of sand at you and you
So we
can't
gotta
see.
figure out how
Now
to
it's
shave
pocket glitter.
glass.
Just break it up. I'll just have Zaragak go crazy on it.
Glitter
Put it in a
isn't
little
glass.
bag and have
That's a totally different attack function.
Well, also
That's cruelty.
The herbalism kit does have a mortar and pestle in it too.
Oh, we can smash it up.
Go
Mhm.
go
We
gadget
could add
glitter
glass
bomb.
too.
You can make
Exactly.
glitter at
Just
any time.
well,
You
bam.
can add bigger glass chunks to your glitter so that way it does like it scratches them at the same time as making them visible.
Bloody
Okay,
glitter.
so
that
it's going to be a
that
dex
can't work
saving
because it would
throw,
remove the
and
glitter
DC
function,
that the
which
monster
makes
has to
them
make.
visible.
The DC is a 16.
I shouldn't get into this
So if
conversation.
they roll below a 16, pocket glitter works.
Dude, pocket glitter OP.
Welcome to D&D. I literally thought of that as I was
I
giving it
love
to you. The man who comes in, I'm like, that we're doing that. That's exactly what we're doing. So it can impose disadvantage on a hit or advantage on your hit. Either one. It's a free action, so... Oh no, I'm sorry, wait. Mandy said advantage. So it can only impose advantage on a hit. So you can use a free action and it's going to last until they beat the DC. So every round they can roll to beat the DC. Once they beat a 16, the effect is no longer in place.
Okay.
As long as they don't, you get advantage on hitting that creature.
As a free
Um,
action, that's disgustingly overpowered.
Mm,
Holy
mhm.
crap,
I
Belle.
love it.
Well, do you think I should make it a bonus action, Mandy?
No, no, no,
I
no,
would-
no, no,
I'm-
no, no,
I'm
no,
down
no,
with
no,
the
no,
bonus action.
no, 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 no,
Take
no.
it back.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That
Mandy,
is pretty
Mandy,
powerful.
stop giving him too many ideas.
She's better be thankful she gave me this one.
We nod our heads and say, okay.
I am so excited right now, and I'm using my glitter pen to write this down.
So it can impose
Who
advantage on a
needs pepper
hit and
spray
it can
when you have a
expose
pocket full of
invisible
glitter?
creatures.
Exactly.
There is no save for the invisible creature portion. They can't just... If you ever try to wipe glitter off, it does not work. So-
That would make a difference. So versus, just as a fair warning, there's a difference between something going invisible and going ethereal, which is completely different. So if it's some sort of planar travel and something like that, spectral, whatever, like that's not going to work. But straight up invisible, like you could find Letter, who's
Mhm.
normally impossible to find. So
Yeah, for instance, if you were to on Letter, you could see her. If she goes ethereal, the glitter just drops to the ground, and then she can come back and be invisible and be fine.
Unless she steps in the glitter.
Okay, so Belle, you
Go
have
ethereal,
that in your
there's just
inventory.
glitter
I just
drops on the
created. It's called
ground.
glittery pocket glitter.
look like the vampire from
And
Twilight. Yes.
The imp smiles.
Yes.
Fun. And he takes his two clawed forefingers and draws a circle as big as he is, which is 2 feet in diameter. And a multicolored portal it evokes and crackles into life.
Oh.
Oh, that's not going to work. And he takes his hands and he puts his hands inside the portal and pushes them out this way, and it grows bigger until it's about 5 feet by 5 feet. And he mimes taking his hat off and bows, "My ladies and gentlemen, to Mokba."
I jump in first.
Can I take one moment and can I is the alchemist home?
No, he's not home.
Oh. I take a moment and I write down like a little note to him, like in thanking him for all he's taught me, and thanking him for kind of bringing me out of my like stupor and like showing me that I can actually help. And I fold it up all nicely, and I leave it on his work desk, his workbench, and I go out and I walk through the portal.
Excellent. The other two of you jump in.
Yeah, I follow in right after Merdy.
And then I follow after, excuse me, I follow after Dana.
Okay. So, after you guys don't see this, but Khazris jumps right in. This ought to be fun. And as soon as he jumps in, the portal closes, and the imp goes off into the forest in search of Zaragak. The feeling of planar travel is very different. It's nothing you ever felt before. It's very aggressive. It's like it's like there's a rope around your waist and you're being pulled through time, through space. The feeling lasts longer than you can feel. Like you lose track of time. You don't know if it's been seconds or minutes. Probably not hours, but maybe one. Who knows?
Been falling
And
for 20
you
minutes.
enter vision standing on top of a stone platform
Oh, quiet
with
now.
runes carved in it. That the runes are just fading from glow. And you are surrounded by a large, bustling city. It is bigger than, unless you come from like Baldur's Gate or Winterdeep. Waterdeep
Waterdeep.
or Ten Town. Oh, not Ten Towns. What's the one? The Frozen North. Unless you come from a big city like that, this is the biggest city you've ever seen. It is the capital of the Klavic Empire. You look around and there are it's surrounded by stone walls, 30 feet tall. Can't tell how thick they are, but pretty fucking thick. There are battlements across the walls, and there are soldiers all over in full defense. You see signs that say, if you see, where did I put my notes? Grr.
So we are no longer at the alchemist hut. This is no longer our location.
If you see the Vic Mordir barbarians, alert your local guardsmen. Do not fight. Do not tarry. Just alert. And there's a sign of a footsman with a spear pointed out at away from the poster and says, "Do your duty." You see
No Uncle
busts
Sam.
of a very stately looking, very muscular man with a scarred face and
Schmuscular?
a goatee with very slick back hair and a crown on his head.
Question.
Yes.
Can you define schmuscular?
Muscular?
Schmuscular.
I meant to say muscular.
But I would like to know the definition of schmuscular, please.
It's
He's a
like
little
saying
It's got to be different.
He's a little
It's-
squishy, but a
he's
little
a-
muscular.
like he was.
Okay.
He rocked in high school basically, but now it's good to be the king.
So it's like Jason Momoa, not in Aquaman.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
We're
underneath.
not to Fat Thor yet.
No,
no,
nowhere
not Fat
nowhere
Thor.
near Fat Thor.
But
Before
No.
Fat Thor,
This is
after
like
Jason Momoa Aquaman.
this is like Drax in the last There's a Galaxy movie.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Okay, yeah.
Batista's always pretty ripped though for those things.
Yeah, he is.
Like I don't
He's
think
just-
that's schmuscular.
But
I'm
what's
thinking
funny is
like
he-
Ben
Mhm.
Affleck not filming.
Okay.
Just hopped up on Dunkin' Donuts.
Like he's got
All
a
the stages of
cigarette
Affleck.
and a bottle of whiskey possibly, or a really strong espresso. He's just trying to survive.
I'm putting
Got it.
schmuscular in my notes.
He just broke up with Queen J-Lo. He's fucking done with life at the
It's
moment.
now part of my
Right, right.
vernacular is schmuscular.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Underneath-
I have it.
under-
I have the image.
Underneath the bust of this schmuscular man, you see the writing King Tolkvor the 13th.
There's 13 of them? Why?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's
Aurelia's
monarchy.
still struggling for going through the portal. She's like, "Ah,
Oh yeah, that's right. Everybody roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
I had a feeling this was gonna happen.
oh, save. I'm probably gonna.
Con.
Fine.
Yeah.
nice.
Everyone who rolled less than a 13, you have disadvantage on dexterity checks for the next hour, 2 hours, till you get your feet underneath you. It's like if you're getting off a boat, you're kind of like, oh, the world's kind of moving.
Understand.
That's on brand for Shelby.
I've never been very good at planar travel.
After kind of getting your bearings, there's Aurelia, you pull out the scroll and unfurling it, you pull the map part out and you see Mokba and there's a line of travel to Rabalka. One sec. One second. Go ahead.
The tiny one.
I've
Mandy,
submitted.
that is muscular.
Yes, I've submitted my idea of what schmuscular would look like as a person.
Where did you submit this at?
In
What-
the chat on Discord.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've also put that in my notes that things are muscular.
So Aurelia, you kind of see like there's the town gates, which is where the map starts, is in the distance about, I want to
From
say
a
maybe a third of a mile away.
distance.
It's a big town. You're about right in the center, up on this dais about 100 feet above the ground, and you can see the area all around you outside of the gates.
From the
And it's
ground.
very mountainous and very forested to the south, southeast,
Oof.
and that's where the map
Oof.
appears to be leading you into the southeast through the forest. But there's a stairwell of marble that leads down from this teleportation platform down to the city below. You can see shops, people are bustling around. It's noon-ish. It's a couple hours later than when you started, though. Like you guys left the alchemist's cottage around like post-breakfast, so there was some time loss. Belle, roll me an Arcana check, please. So you know all the things and the stuff. So fighting through the disorientation of being teleported, you focus on the energies of the magic and the arcane of this town and this world and this entire existence. It is foreign to you. This is a whole different plane of existence. This is not Faerun. This is not Toril, the entire world that Faerun is on. This is a whole other world that you have been transported to.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're not in Faerun anymore.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So we're kind of we're kind of like somewhere else. Where? Couldn't tell you. But
What do you mean?
not we're not on the same world anymore.
Well, we're not
what do
in
you mean?
the we're on the material plane, right?
No.
Yes, but no.
This is a whole plane, different different
We
world
are-
and everything.
Aurelia just keeps going, what do you mean?
We're gone.
Interesting. Interesting.
So what do you guys want to do?
Well, do we want to find like a... Huh, that's a great question. One moment.
One moment. Holding.
Earlier, I look at the map with you. Well, maybe we should figure out where we are.
That is definitely a great place to start. Sorry, I'm still trying to catch my bearings after that.
Can you just sit down?
That travel. No,
I sit around. Are you sure? And I kind of make you sit down on the ground.
I'm like, okay. She's like shorter than me, but she's like helping me to the ground.
She's pulling on her.
As they're looking at the map, I pull a little thing of yellowish powder out of my pocket. I start putting it on my face, cause planar travel kind of messes up the shebang I got going on, and I pull my hood up.
Can you describe what you're actually doing and why you're doing it for the viewers?
Yes, so Dana is a drow. A female drow. And female drow are not very well liked. And so, since she left the Underdark, she's had to, kind of mitigate ways of making her look less drow. She's a very pale drow. She has a very, very light complexion, but it has still, like, that purplish hue. So, to try and, like, neutralize that purplish hue and make her look less drow and more just like an elf, she often forages and gathers various like yellows and tan plants and kind of grounds them up into like a powder as like a kind of like a form of makeup to try and like neutralize the purplish tint. And she also gathers herbs and things to make indigo dye for her hair. So her hair is like a bluish black, but she's not very good at dyeing her hair, so you can still see some like strands of white.
You have roots.
Yeah.
It's got a little grow out.
She has a little grow out. She hasn't dyed her hair in a little while, so it's like she has this bluish black hair along with like some white streaks in it, but it's not like she's trying to make herself look less drow and more just like an elf that is just very suspicious looking. Not suspicious, but like very what's the word?
Inconspicuous?
Yeah, sure. Inconspicuous. And so as the three other ladies are looking at the map, she's standing behind them and is also kind of reapplying her makeup because planar travel kind of messed up the makeup a little bit. And she has a cloak with a hood that she often has pulled over her head to kind of obscure part of her face.
Fair.
So while you guys are looking over the map, Dana kind of like rustles into her pack, pulls out her disguise kit, and it's very well used, and she's very proficient with it. And with this one look that she's been using to disguise herself whenever the time was needed, she flawlessly applies this pigment to her skin, touching up the areas that she can just feel are off. And when she's done, she once again looks like a regular wood elf, not a drow. Although the height difference is pretty astounding. Drow are usually shorter than regular elves. But that's neither here nor there.
She's just short, okay?
A little malnourished growing up, no worries.
Get a lot of food.
It's perfectly normal, and I wanted to make it. I want to make it known that if someone points out her height, I get very defensive. I'm like,
She was the runt, okay?
And also another thing to note is Dana has kind of like an androgynous haircut. She has short hair, so she kind of, unless you know her, the other ladies know that she is she, but strangers may not know at first glance.
That is a
and I
good
also fight people that do
point.
that. I also fight people that do that. I'm like,
So while you guys are kind of
Mandy, how
clutching
doing?
your
I'm
grounds
doing
as well,
good.
let's take a quick second for those of us who haven't been part of the one-shots may have forgotten. Let's describe what our character looks like, because we need a refresher. It's been a couple of weeks. So I'm going to go for my Discord, starting off with Lex. What does Aurelia look like?
so Aurelia is about 5'6"-ish, 5'5"-ish. She is a half elf, and she's got long silver hair that's kind of got a little bit of a wave to it, but she keeps kind of braids in the sides to keep it out of her face.
We can put
She's got
this up.
very bright, vibrant green eyes and a lighter complexion, and she's wearing armor that also has kind of green accents. Her magic comes off as green, so she kind of favors that color, so it's got little stripes through it. So yeah, she's very young looking in her complexion, but she's in her late 20s, but still very looking more teenage. She's very like young,
Beautiful.
kind face.
Awesome. As we said, you have an amulet of pillow around your neck.
Yes.
And what is your weapon? Is it a mace?
Yes, I have a mace and a crossbow.
Awesome. Moving on.
And daggers.
And all the daggers. By the way, will you please check your inventory for daggers right now to make sure you have all the ones you're supposed to have?
I didn't even think about checking. Thank you.
Moving on to Dana. Tell us about your drow quickly, and then tell us about what your disguise looks like.
So Dana is a drow. She's around 5'5". I put a picture in the voice chat for Mandy. And
I have it up right now.
Okay, cool.
Or wait, is it an updated one?
Yeah, it's an updated one.
Okay.
So she's a drow. You know, she came from the Underdark. She was previously, I guess, grew up, was a Lothsworn drow, so she has bright glowing red eyes that are not very disguisable. But her disguise is so she decided to cut her hair to kind of seem more guy-ish. And it's also easier to not have less hair as a ranger. Keeps it out of the way. And she dyes it with indigo plants. Not very good at dyeing it. And she also has very pale lavender skin, but she uses that disguise kit to kind of wear makeup to neutralize it and make her look more wood elf, high elf-ish rather than drow. And she wears all dark ranger clothes. Has a cloak with a hood that she often has.
Pretty mommy? Sorry. Mommy?
But yeah, that's Dana.
Okay.
When you don't realize that you're not
I
muted
heard we have
anymore
a
in
treaty
Discord.
for a +2 bow, but we don't have that yet.
Whoops. It happens.
Belle.
So Belle is a high elf princess. She is 200 years old, so the equivalent of like a 22-year-old human. She has purple eyes and very long, blonde, almost white hair. Very light skin. She is like a medium height. She's like 5'8". And she just wants to have fun.
One of the interesting things is you have a quarterstaff, yes?
Yes, I do have a quarterstaff.
At the head of the quarterstaff, there is a silver owl with a amulet housed between its wings as it's going up into mid-flight. It is the owl staff, which is passed down to new wizards in your family. It was your father's when he was around 180 years old to about 220, and now it's yours.
And I carry it with pride.
And then Murdy.
All right, so Meredy, she is a stout halfling. She's not super tall or anything like that. She's kind of more moderate, I guess, with her looks. She's very, very light hair, normal, I guess, features. She wears regular clothes with her armor. She carries her glaive with her wherever she goes as well. So yeah, she's just kind of I don't want to say a plain Jane of the halfling stout world, but kind of.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, guys. Belle, you realize as you're kind of looking around and waiting for the next thing to do, your owl's gone. He did not fly through the portal with you.
Oh, shit.